Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor Bass.
Yes. All right, I'm going to call the regular scheduled city council meeting to order at 5 p.m. Roll call, Ms. Bramlett.
Smith,
Here.
Gustafson,
Here.
Ramsey,
Here.
Wynn,
Here.
Brabner,
Here.
Mayor Bass.
Here. Mr. Smith, would you lead us in the invocation and pledge of allegiance tonight?
Yes, sir. Let's pray. God, you are so good to us and so much better than we deserve. We just thank you for that. God, tonight I think about especially those in education that we'll be thinking about a lot tonight. God, how blessed are we to have the teacher of the year for the state to join us tonight, and how blessed are we to have so many fine graduates tonight that will go honor at the graduation. And God, just let us not take those things for granted, those people for granted especially. God, just bless our educators and our school system. God, also bless, of course, as we do most every week, as we meet the first responders, God, that take good care of us. Just put your arms around those men and women as they do their jobs for us every day. Bless this time together. Give us wisdom as we make decisions regarding the city. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. We'll look to approve the minutes of the previous meetings, both the regular work session May 4th, 2026, regular meeting May 4th, 2026, and then the special work session May 11th, 2026. Are there any changes to the minutes that need to be amended? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from regular work session May 4th, regular meeting May 4th, and then the work session on May 11th?
So moved.
Second. Roll call, Ms. Bramlett.
Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor Bass.
Yes. Minutes stand approved. Reports from committees and officers. Mr. Connor, anything to report tonight?
No further reports from the work session.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Chief Barber, anything to report tonight?
No report, Mayor.
Chief Yu?
No report, Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. Shannon, anything to report?
No report.
David, anything from Parks to report tonight? All right, thank you. Mr. Smith, anything from Planning Commission?
Yes, sir. On May 11th, the Planning Commission met and approved two items, one of which has been drawn back, I guess. Mr. Connor will tell us about that later. But the other was a zoning change request, an applicant requesting zoning change for a property on Highway 31 just east of the Waste Pro facility, requesting a change from R1 to M1. The Planning Commission considered that and forwards a recommendation to the City Council to rezone instead to a B4. That'll be on our agenda tonight.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Gustafson, anything from Junior City Council?
Junior City Council is actively interviewing candidates right now for the next Junior Council. We just finished with the last ones. And so our next group of 7 will be ushered in, and we're hoping to announce those in June.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gustafson. Ms. Brabner, anything from the Three Mill Commission?
Video.
Hello, welcome to Spanish Park High School. My name is Jennifer Fleck, and I am the AP
Okay, I would like to share with you some of the things that I was able to purchase thanks to the 3 mil funds. Starting over here, we have one of the aquatic fish tanks that is responsible for holding all of our mosquito fish. These are going to be used for the AP Environmental Eco Columns that they do every year, studying terrestrial and aquatic biodomes. Over here in this tank, I was also able to purchase funds for aquatic plants. The aquatic plants will be used for regular environmental science as well as AP science for photosynthesis. So the students can actually see photosynthesis happening before their eyes. And then furthermore, over here, my new purchase with the funds are some hermit crabs. And these hermit crabs are going to be used for regular and AP environmental science. How we will use hermit crabs in science is they are going to study the side effects of humans collecting shells and leaving the hermit crabs to use plastic as their new shell. There are photosynthesis labs, and so what the students will end up doing is they will put them inside of tubes, and then when they run the chemical test with it, they are able to see the bubbles coming up from the plants, which is showing them releasing the oxygen. And the students will then count the rate of oxygen that the plants are releasing. Students will learn about the different types of leaves of plants and coming from different biomes. And so not all leaf structures look the same. For example, I will teach them that the cactus thorns on a cactus are actually leaves. They're modified leaves. And we talk about how plants have different types of modified leaves, and then they study them at the table. With the purchase of all of the supplies that I was able to get with the 3 mil tax, I'm actually doing science with my students. We're doing science. When I say doing science, we're actually going outside. They're able to touch things. They're very kinesthetic now, and it's less paper and more doing. I just wanted to say thank you very much because
I love seeing these videos each week when we do this, and I'm very jealous of what these kids have in their science classes, just for example, because it sure brings it to life instead of, picking up your book and reading about it. They actually get to put their hands on it and see it and learn from it. So I can honestly say with the scores and everything that our students are earning through their testing, that 3 mil does matter.
Thank you, Ms. Bradner. I had the privilege of attending the baccalaureate yesterday for Spanish Fort High School and talking with some of the parents. We've got 2 parents of graduates here with us tonight, Mr. Nguyen and Chief Yu. It's really made a difference, I think, in all of our students, and I think this year they had a record number of 30-plus ACT scores at Spanish Fort High School, which a lot of that, I think, those kids credit with some of the extra stuff they've been able to do, not just at the high school level, but leading up to that at the middle school level and beyond. So that's a great thing. All right, we've come to the part of the meeting for public participation. If you have something to address the council with, ask you to come to the podium, state your name, make sure you press the green button to talk. You'll have 3 minutes, and once that 3 minutes is up, we'll move to the next person. So I'll open up public participation.
All right, is that better? Yeah, much better. My name's David Cahaley. We're here tonight.
You can let go of the button too.
One time.
Yep.
All right, that's better. That's easier. I'm here regarding a property located at 11699 Highway 31. It's the rezoning application that's been put in. I'm representing Dr. and Mrs. Mike Lee, who are actually residents of Spanish Fort, and they own that property that we are leasing for them. So it's our company that's managing the property for them. I want to talk for just a minute or two about why we requested the rezoning, answer any questions you guys might have, try to keep it within that 3-minute time frame. Okay. So what we're doing is we're requesting, the reason we're having to request the rezoning in the beginning is because this property ended up getting annexed by legislative action into the city. It abuts on one side. I went ahead and got some pictures made so y'all can see. Y'all can see that. So it abuts on one side, the waste management, and on the other side, it abuts a county piece of property that's unzoned in the county, where they're doing a sawmill lumber thing right there. So these are all trash cans. So these are all the trash cans in the garbage. Back up to the property. And on the other side is the sawmill. Two properties between the sawmill and this property, and it's in a ravine. So that, I just want you to understand kind of the geography of where that property is. We would never be up here asking for a change of zoning, a new zoning, something that does not fit into the character of the property. Because it got brought in under legislative action, it got zoned to the highest, most restrictive zoning there is, R1, which it absolutely does not fit the mix of being anything residential. It's already situated on the established commercial corridor along Highway 31. There are diesel mechanic shops next to it. There are Everwood Lumber has their big milling plant right there. So the request is not necessarily introducing incompatible development or anything of that nature. It's really about aligning the property with what is already in place and there. Rather than expanding commercial activity into a new area, this rezoning would help create a continuity and improve the overall functionality of this property. And it would be commensurate with the appearance that already exists there. I did meet with both adjoining property owners, the one that's in the county who owns the sawmill and the waste management company next door. And unfortunately, even with we applied for M1 zoning because that would allow us on either side to rent or to sell that property to the adjoining property owners. But even a B4 zoning, you know, we hope would at least allow us with a special exception to become part of one of those other businesses if needed in the future. We currently have it leased to also people that live in the area just right down the street. They have a party balloon rental, like a bouncy house and Christmas light company. So we were fortunate to get them in there. But without this zoning, it's going to make it real difficult in the future to lease it again, because these were the first tenants in. So I'll open it. If y'all have any questions, please, feel free to ask me. And I'll be happy
So
to
as
answer.
Mr. Smith said, this was forwarded to us from the Planning Commission for this meeting. It will be introduced tonight. We'll have a public hearing down the road on this. We appreciate you bringing this to us. I don't know if you guys have any other questions. Mr. Cayley?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, anyone else for public participation tonight? All right, we'll close public participation. I'm going to come down front for the next part. Our Spanish Fork Elementary delegation, would you guys join me? Mind joining me up front? So we're fortunate to have Miss Elizabeth Von Hoof. I was with her and Miss Guy, Miss Bradley last week in Montgomery. And for the first time ever, we have had a teacher from Spanish Fork feeder pattern win the Alabama State Teacher of the Year. So we wanted to make sure we recognize you tonight. So I'll read through this recognition, and then I think all of you guys may have something y'all want to add to. So whereas Elizabeth Von Hoof has demonstrated extraordinary dedication to the students, families, and faculty of Spanish Fork Elementary School and has become a shining example of excellence in education throughout the state of Alabama, and Ms. Von Hoof has been named the 26-27 Alabama Teacher of the Year, one of the highest honors bestowed upon an educator in our state. And whereas Alabama Teacher of the Year, Ms. Von Hoof will proudly represent the state of Alabama as its nominee for the prestigious National Teacher of the Year program. And whereas Ms. Von Hoof is only the second educator in the history of Baldwin County Public Schools to receive this distinguished recognition, and the first teacher from any school in Spanish Fork to earn this honor. And whereas Ms. Von Hoof's journey reflects a profound commitment to service, lifelong learning, and advocacy for children, and her experience as a mother of children with unique educational and medical needs inspired a calling to special education. and strengthen her unwavering belief that every child deserves access to a high-quality education and meaningful opportunities to thrive. She has profoundly impacted countless children and families and brought tremendous honor to the city of Spanish Fort and the entire Baldwin County community. Now, therefore, I, Brad Bass, Mayor of the City of Spanish Fort, do hereby recognize and congratulate Ms. Von Hof on being named the 26-27 Alabama Teacher of the Year, and I award you the key to the city for her outstanding service to our students, unwavering commitment to educational excellence, and inspiration she provides across our state and nation. Given under my hand and the Great Seal of the City of Spanish Fort on the 18th day of May, 2026. Ms. Guy, Ms. Rather, would you like to say something?
We're just so excited for Ms. Von Hope and really for the state of Alabama because we have been fortunate to keep her as like a little secret at Spanish Fort Elementary, and now she gets to hit the road and share all the goodness across the state. We're going to miss her at Spanish Fort, of course, but we just 1 year. It's okay, we'll share for just a little bit.
I'm still a parent all year.
Yes, yes. But we're so excited for her to be able to just share all the goodness across the state because she has a lot of goodness to share. And we're so
What some of you may not know is what Dr. Mackey highlighted at the state board meeting out of my application was an organization that I am blessed to sponsor in our school is Project Outreach. Project Outreach was started in Spanish Fort at Spanish Fort High School 20 years ago next year, 26, 27. So it is an honor to represent that group because there are so many districts, as Dr. Mackey pointed out, that do not let students with disabilities participate in their general education groups and peers. And Spanish Fort started that 20 years ago. I'm blessed to follow up in it at the elementary level. But Scott Park started something that I believe has made an impact in this community. Whereas I told the previous mayor at a meeting I was at, we don't need a miracle league. We include our kids in everyday activities in our school system. And that's what makes me proud as a special education teacher. We don't need to separate them off. I talked to a teacher in Georgia that interviewed me a couple of weeks ago that said, I can't believe y'all do this. Our kids in a class like yours are put by the cafeteria where no one can hear them and no one can see them. We are years past disabilities education, but Spanish Fort's doing it right. And that is the only reason I think I'm excited about this year is because I get to go show other kids that they can come to your city council meeting and stand here and participate as part of the community. And so it's time to show that this is how we do it in the Fort way. This is the standard, and I'm taking it to the state and the nation. So thank you. This is Luke Spivey, right here, Spanish Fort resident. I made a promise to this kiddo in 3rd grade that I would be his teacher until he goes to middle school at least, and I never dreamed that Teacher of the Year would be the one taking me away from the elementary school, but this young man is going to be at Spanish Fort Middle School next year. And we're so proud of him.
So last week it was a privilege to see all the other teachers, obviously, that were involved, that were in the nomination process, and even some of the past Teacher of the Year folks that were there in Montgomery. Ms. Von Hof's family was there as well, and I'm not sure if they were as excited about you winning, or they also got a large Bojangles gift card to use on Bojangles chicken. There you go. Yeah. So they were very excited about that, her boys. But it's great. I would just like, Ms. Guy, I hope this is okay. Tomorrow, Ms. Von Hof will be presented with a car at Spanish Fort Elementary School at 10 o'clock that she will use as an ambassador to travel around the state over the next year. So I'm planning on being there at 10, but I'll open it up to all you guys, too, if you guys would like to come, or anybody in the community that's watching online. Be a great way to honor her tomorrow at 10 o'clock as well. So Dr. Mackey will be there, too. So should be a great day, not just for Ms. Von Hof, but the entire community. So thank you. All right, a few more announcements. Just to let everyone know, Spanish Fort Community Center and Public Library will be closed Monday the 25th in observation of Memorial Day. In addition, next week there will be a Public School Commission 3-meal meeting on May 28th at 5:30 at Spanish Fort Middle School. A few announcements for the library. Spanish Fort Library has a special storytime alert for Thursday, May 28th as well at 10 a.m. You'll have the opportunity to meet Officer Ray and learn about pet care from Greta, which is gathering resources for ethical treatment of animals. Everyone is welcome to join us for this free family activity. Also, summer reading registration is officially open. We encourage everyone to sign up at the library's website, SpanishFortPublicLibrary.org. This year's theme is Unearth a Story. We invite you to come check out books, join our reading challenges, and make memories at our numerous events and programs. There's something for everyone to roar about as we celebrate the prehistoric era this summer. In addition, on June 2nd, join us for our Dino Party kickoff. You're welcome to dress up as a dinosaur, archaeologist, paleontologist, or anything related to the theme. Summer reading is proudly sponsored by Friends of the Spanish Fort Public Library. I know Shanavia, our librarian, has been out in the community grabbing things for a lot of the kids to enjoy throughout the summer for summer reading as well, so it should be a good time for all. Next, we'll look at old business, resolution number 1596, 2026. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this is a resolution authorizing the issuance of a municipal sales and use tax exemption certificate for the Mobile River Bridge and Bayway project. This would exempt that project from the city's sales and use tax for those items, materials, equipment installed and stored and made a part of the permanent fixtures of that project.
All right, thank you, Mr. Connor. I know there was an attorney representing this item the last meeting. There's some more things we've dug into. I don't think we're ready to move forward on voting on this tonight, if that's correct. Anybody have any additional feedback you'd like to add?
We'll follow up with those questions from the work session and try and get answers prior to the next meeting.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Connor. All right, looking forward to ordinance number 738, 2026. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this ordinance is an amendment to the zoning ordinance. I'm going to change the zoning classification of certain property located at 11699 U.S. Highway 31 from R1, single-family residential, to M1, light industrial district. The applicant has made the application and request. The Planning Commission held a public hearing on May 11, 2026, and forwards a positive recommendation that the property be rezoned to B4, a major business district, instead of M1 light industrial district. The zoning ordinance allows the city council to choose a more restrictive zoning classification than what the applicant requests. And so they've made a recommendation that it be rezoned to B4, a major business district. A copy of the legal description of the property is attached as an exhibit along with a map showing its relationship to this and zoning for the surrounding properties. The gentleman that spoke earlier was correct. This property came in under a local legislative act and by default was zoned R1, as well as some other properties in the area. The Planning Commission held a public hearing and forwards the recommendation that it be rezoned to B4. Will be subject to a public hearing also at the city council level. The first available time that you could have a public hearing of the city council level would be the June 15 meeting. So if you would like to announce a public hearing at that meeting, you can.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Connor. Any further comments on ordinance number 738, 2026?
Just that, we did have some discussion at work session about this. I know not everyone was here for that. And it is sort of a transition area. We see it transitioning from industrial down to residential, further east, I guess, on 31. And so based on the intended use, it looked like the potential for an automotive repair place that would fit B4 was the most likely tenant to be there next. And so based on that, I believe that was the reason for the recommendation to step down from an M1 to B4.
All right, thank you, Mr. Smith. Anyone else with comments? I think, and I said this at the Planning Commission meeting last week, as a novice planning and zoning person now, with Jesse Road being there, it seems kind of a clear delineation where potentially to stop any transition in zoning or slow it down at least. You go from Everwood, which I know is outside the city limits, to several businesses to the east of there. So I think it's something we need to look at. Obviously, a public hearing on June 15th to get the public's input. There is a lot of residential property there. And as the gentleman stated earlier, that is, it's currently R1 based off of the way it was annexed through local legislative action. So I think it's something we'll have to look at as a council to make a decision on how to move forward.
And I'll just say, I'll add one more thing. I'm sympathetic to the fact that it was annexed in, and, it wouldn't be, we bring everything in as R1. That's just what we do. We bring it as most restrictive, so then we can determine the best use for it and do a zoning change. So I do certainly think it's appropriate to have business there, but whether it should be M1, that seems a little too loose for that area. So
Have we brought a piece of property in under the legislative act and then had it abut residential and done anything different? Am I making sense? I mean, have we
We
done
we
something like
have-
this in the past, or is this a first?
There's been instances potentially where a property was rezoned that abuts residential. Again, each one of these has to be viewed on a case-by-case basis to determine whether or not that particular zoning classification is appropriate for the area. For example, the neighboring property next door has not asked to be rezoned. It is more aligned to an M1 use, but if we rezone this property to B4, we'll be rezoning it next to an R1 use, even though it's something different. So in cases, especially in areas where you have, it really is a transition from some light industrial along 31 to more business, and then you go down to restaurants, little strip center, then you have Dollar General, then you have the church, and then you have a lot of residential. So it is a borderline area, and that's just something y'all have to look at and study that transition where you think it should be.
Anything else, Ms. Bradner?
I'm good.
Anyone else? Okay, again, this was the first reading. We will have a public hearing on June 15th for ordinance number 738, 2026. I invite you guys to come back that night. Maybe we can have conversation then, as well as any of the public that maybe surrounds that area that would like to hear their voice heard as well. Next, we'll look at resolution number 1597, 2026. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this is a resolution approving change order number 1 and change order number 2 for the Valor Park project. This is for the Go Mesa funding project that's being constructed on the causeway. Change order number 1 basically extends or moves the first 7 days of the contract to the end of the contract period. There were some delays caused in permitting through ALDOT review and otherwise, and there's no increase in the cost because of this, but allows the contractor to use that time that was lost. Change order number 2 is a change order based on comments from ALDOT regarding additional grading activities that are needed, as well as additional paving and ADA ramps based on changes that were made in the slopes on the property, as well as the deduction of certain concrete flumes, swells, spillways, and also deduction on certain striping and pavement markings based on the revised plans. The result of those adds and additions and deductions is an increase in the contract price of approximately $45,624.88.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Connor. Any comments on the change order in resolution number 1597, 2026? Just to move things forward, as you mentioned, Mr. Connor, we may need to suspend the rules to push this through tonight.
It's my understanding from staff that it's been taking a little bit of time between engineers and ALDOT and everyone else to make it happen. And in an effort to try and move the project forward in timeline, they asked if you could consider suspending the rules to keep the project moving forward.
Yeah, I think in the last week, you can really start to tell the progress they've made down there the last week or two. There's now palm trees and curbs have gone in, and I think some of the sidewalk stuff has started in addition to the living seawall that's out there. So we don't want to slow them down if possible. I know Casey today was showing me several different options for picnic tables, trash cans, some of those kind of things that are kind of final touches that they need to get ordered. So we don't want to do anything to slow those down if possible. Do we have a motion to suspend the rules on resolution number 1597, 2026?
Make a motion, we had suspend the rules for Resolution 1597, 2026. Just keep the project going.
Second.
Roll call, Ms. Bramlett?
Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor Bass.
Yes. Any further discussion? Do you have a motion to approve resolution number 1597, 2026?
Make a motion to approve Resolution 1597, 2026.
Second. Roll call, Ms. Bramlett?
Smith,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey,
Yes.
Wynn, Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor Bass.
Yes. Resolution number 1597, approving a change order 1 and 2 is approved. Next, we'll look at resolution number 1598, 2026. Mr. Connor?
Mayor, this is a resolution approving an agreement for professional services with Sawgrass Consulting LLC for construction and engineering services related to the proposed Spanish Main Phase 2 sidewalk project. A copy of the agreement is attached as Exhibit 1, along with a copy of the proposal as Exhibit A. The proposal is in the amount of $33,000, and it is for the design and construction inspection of up to approximately 2,100 linear feet of sidewalk from Pirates Lane to Lancers. Of course, that would depend on the bids and the amount of, that comes in, but that's the estimated length of the proposed construction.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Connor. Any discussion? Ms. Brabner, Mr. Wynn, I know this is, you guys kind of border, both of y'all's districts border this area. Anything you guys have to add?
Let's get it going.
I
All right,
can
let's
tell
do
you that sidewalks are going to be really good down there, because right now we're seeing sidewalks up and down Jimmy Faulkner through my district. They get used daily, multiple times a day, so it really is just a great opportunity to put more walkability into our community. And Spanish Fort Estates, being a connector from 225 over to 31, Spanish Main is a perfect place to put it, so I just like seeing the walkability increased.
All right. Anyone else? This is the first reading of this resolution as well. Resolution number 1598, 2026. We'll carry that over to the next meeting. Any other discussion tonight? Do I have a motion to adjourn to the next meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Ms. Bramlett?
Smith, Gustafson,
Yes.
Ramsey, Wynn,
Yes.
Brabner,
Yes.
Mayor Bass.
Yes. Meeting's adjourned.